days, which made the people think that the dog was free and ran wherever it wanted, and the old man died. But the next day, the old man came to the market with the dog and said that he was about to die of hunger, but the dog came and helped him. Thus now he tied it up with a metal chain so that no one would cut it, and that he would earn money as usual. The blind man continued his way of torturing the dog because of his greed. The people were thinking how dumb the dog was to make a decision, and that only death could help the dog.
So now we will be analyzing the literary devices used in The Blind Dog. Firstly, R.K. Narayan uses irony. What is irony? Irony is the expression of one's meaning that seems deliberately contrary to what one expects. This literary device is one that resides in the blind dog's name, Tiger. A tiger is a free animal, a fearsome predator. However, in this story, we have a dog named Tiger who wants to be pathetically caged up on a leash by its master, with its job just to guide him around daily. The dog was never free. To make things worse, its master often beat it up and overly abused it. Moreover, after it was given freedom from its master, the dog still came back to him in the end. The name Tiger is most unbefitting of the dog, indicating irony. I feel that the writer used irony to ridicule the dog, as though his name Tiger was made with sarcasm. This invokes strong feelings of pity for the dog from the readers. Secondly, R.K. Narayan uses metaphors in the story. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. This literary device resides in many parts of the story. For example, the title, The Blind Dog. One might take the title literally at first, assuming that the story is about a blind dog. This is further supported by the first paragraph of the story, when the writer depicts the dog as a shabby stray dog, further confirming our thoughts on the story. However, we later find out that the dog was not blind, but instead a man, and that man was none other than the man who would be his owner. Later we find out that the dog was called blind as he was abused by its owner, and even after being set free, still came back in the end. The blindness in this context refers to the dog not seeing what is good for itself, not caring about its well-being, its freedom. R.K. Narayan uses a metaphor to emphasize this point, to the extent of calling the dog blind. Another example would be when R.K. Narayan describes the dog in the first paragraph, where it is written that before he was 2 years old, he had earned the scars of 100 fights on his body. The use of metaphors in this sentence gives us a more vivid picture of what kind of painful life the dog had gone through, even before he was 2 years old. Now, R.K. Narayan also uses allusion in this story. An allusion is a reference to something completely separate from the text in which it appears. This story links to post-colonialism with regards to Britain and India. In this story, the Indians are portrayed as the dog, and the blind man as the British colonial masters. Even after the dog was tortured so much, when it was set free, it still came back to the blind man in the end. Just like the Indian people, who pathetically desired to return to the British colonial masters after being offered independence.
Created using Powtoon.